Okay, so back to Jackpot. I got in a conversation with a group of my black homies, and we were talking about our fathers, and we realized that none of our dads had friends. It was this really sad realization. And yeah, sure, acquaintances, maybe people they knew, but when I think about my mother, I distinctively remember my mother's friends. She would talk to Miss Jackson on the phone, go to brunch with Miss Blanton, get life advice from a woman we called Grandma Levert. She wasn't related to us, but we called her Grandma. There were people that my mother celebrated with, cried with, people who would speak words of encouragement or hard truths. But when it came to my dad, not really. There were a few younger men that he would mentor, but I had a hard time thinking of anyone who my dad treated as a peer. It's like someone who could really speak into his life, encourage him, or call him out even. And when I was talking to my homies, they was like, yep, my dad ain't had no friends. And it makes sense because true friendship requires vulnerability. And that is something that men are not good at, right? Because if you talk about what's really going on, then you might get a little too emotional, and that might show you as weak and expose you as weak, and you don't need help. So you just don't have friends, not real friends, right? And so I very intentionally decided to write a song about friendship, which is what Jackpot is, because I really have been blessed to have amazing friends throughout my life, and I do feel like I hit the jackpot. Being an artist has helped. Creativity lends itself to vulnerability. But I've been so blessed to have great friends. And the first verse is dedicated to my homies and just the gratitude I feel for the homies in my life. But over the last several years, almost all of my closest friends have been women. And so that's what the second verse is. And it's a ridiculous part of toxic masculinity where it's like so many dudes genuinely just ignore half the world unless they're trying to sleep with them. And it's like, what in the world? There are so many amazing women on this earth who would be great to have in your life, and you guys would be a huge blessing to each other, but you just don't even know how to think about them as anything besides potential mates. And it's unfortunate. And even me just growing up around that culture, and it was hard for me at first to be like, you get close to someone and you just think, do I like them? Because that's what that's the direction it's supposed to go, right? And it was like, no, most of these people you'd be terrible mates with, but great friends, And so that's what Jackpot is about, is just celebrating the importance of friendship and encouraging vulnerability and real relationships.